Super Chump is a newer special introduced in Splatoon 3's Fresh Season. They recently got a significant buff. So is this special on its way to being top tier? We'll be talking all things Super Chump today. How exactly has it changed, and what is the future of the special? This is LED of LED Games. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. When using this special, you deploy a dozen, and yes, I counted, of these cuties. They descend from the air and after a short countdown, explode ink within the radius of each chump. Now, I have always loved this special for a couple of reasons. Number one, cute. Very, very cute. We can't not acknowledge that. Secondly, it's easily one of the most unique new specials introduced. The special encourages the use of Super Jump for unique, coordinated plays, as well as having the innate ability to potentially confuse or stall the opposing team while they figure out if you'll be jumping in with the chumps or not. In an ideal scenario, you would deploy your Super Chumps in a given area where your opponents already are or are directly headed to, where they would then either be splatted directly by the chumps themselves, or you or your teammate could go in with the chumps and splat while they're distracted, or push objective. This has particular use case in the scenario of Clam Blitz, where you could super jump in with the chumps and a super clam and score while opponents are busy or distracted with the chumps. Here's the major problems with Super Chump though. They are easily cancelable, where all you have to do is shoot a Super Chump and it's gone. It's not always likely that your opponent will shoot down all of the Super Chump, but the lethal aspect of the special has not been very strong and has been used mainly as a distraction and maybe to get some paint on the ground. Which, yeah, Super Chumps just have not been lethal. No one has been scared of Super Chumps. They hardly, if ever, get kills, and while not every special has to focus entirely on getting splats, Super Chumps aren't entirely a perfect utility special either. If you want to use Super Chumps to really throw off your opponents or to help push objective, Super Chumps require some coordination with your teammates, which, if you're in solo queue, throw any chance of coordination like that out of the window. It's just not very feasible to coordinate the utility and strategical aspect of Super Chumps in an effective way unless you're in a VC talking with your teammates. And again, not every special needs to get splats, but Super Chumps has always fallen into a category where it hasn't been a strong lethal special and its utility has been questionable and underused at best. So how exactly have Super Chumps changed from the time that they were first announced? Well, let's go through the patch notes for each and every update to see exactly what has changed. So when Super Chumps were first announced, they had a base damage of 25 and a direct damage of 70. Since their launch, they had recent buffs for every single patch. In the first patch, they increased the radius of ground inked by approximately 40%, which is huge. They also increased the explosions from 25 to 35 and made it possible to aim for nearer positions than before. In the most recent patch, they increased the amount of damage dealt to players caught in an explosion near a chump from 60 to 70 and increased the radius of that area by approximately 38%. They also increased the radius of the decoy explosion area that deals 35 damage by approximately 20%. These are insane buffs for this special. Super Chump has a much higher likelihood of being lethal due to the damage and area of effect increases. Is it the most dangerous? No, not at all, but it's something worth picking up, which, if you are considering, you currently have 3 weapon options with Super Chump: NZAP 89, Custom Dually Sculptures, and Clash Blaster Neo. Of these, I am most inclined to pick the NZAP 89 and the Custom Dually Sculptures. Particularly Custom Dually Sculptures kit is very interesting. The combination of the Squid Beacon with Super Chump makes her a really dynamic kit and could lend to really great plays. And the NZAP is a great weapon overall, and 89 might get picked up more often now. So what else needs to happen to make Super Chumps even better? Will they get played in competitive? Well, for me, something that I really want to see change with Super Chumps is the ability to actually super jump to the chumps. This is probably one of the most interesting aspects of Super Chump as a special, because if it was all about it being a lethal special, It's essentially a less good version of a Tenna missile. Tenna missiles have global range, and they also have the ability to lock on and locate enemy opponents. Two things that Super Chumps definitely don't do. Super Chumps need utility. They need to do more than just paint the ground around them and to kill once in a while, because, again, they can be easily cancelable, and although they are more likely to kill with the most recent patch, they are still not as lethal as other specials. Adding the ability to open your map and super jump to a chump would be absolutely game-changing. And this type of gameplay is obviously on the developers' minds because of the addition of the custom dually squelchers. Squid Beacon plus Super Chump is an amazing combination, but here's the thing, is having to be reliant on a sub in order to use the utility of your special is a problem, and I would love to see Super Chumps being used more, and in more interesting ways, because at the end of the day, specials don't always have to be about splats. They can also be about really interesting gameplay, and I'm so happy that Super Chump got this huge buff, and now, you know what? I think a Super Chump is gonna be killing people more often, which is amazing. I got a random kill in the first game that I played with the NZAP 89. It was insane. Actually crazy to think that I could just deploy chumps and get a kill. Like, set it and forget it. It was awesome. Do I want more for Super Chumps? Yes, I do, but for now, these are amazing upgrades that I'm so happy with, and do I think that competitive players are going to play them in tournaments? Right now, maybe. I think that some might pick it up. Do I think that it would be picked over the NZAP 85? No. No. NZAP cooler meta is alive and well. I don't see that changing anytime soon, but I think that NZAP 89 might get in rotation more often, and I hope that it does. And who knows, maybe there's going to be an NZAP 89 and NZAP 85 combo, or maybe there'll be some custom dually sculptures thrown in there. We don't know. We'll see, because this patch recently released and people are still playing with it. I hope that both casual players and competitive players alike will be more likely to pick up Super Chumps, because I think they're awesome. It's such an amazing, cool special that they added. Just make a few tweaks here and there, and it would be awesome. Let me know what it is that you think about the special as it currently stands, some of the suggestions that I'm making, and what you think about Super Chumps overall. Will you be picking them up more? Let me know. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!